down that river, sailing down that river of dreams. I'm sailing down that river, but it seems that I don't know where I'm going. But when the day is through, I'll come back home to you.
We're leaving the Charlottetown Yacht Club. It's around 7 o'clock in the morning. We've had our traditional porridge breakfast, and we're on our way to Souris. One of my neighbors told me that the word Souris, as it pertains to the town, is a French word for mouse. That's kind of interesting. There's an old fishing trawler that somebody's turned into a cruiser. Here's a good use of the boat. Really did a nice little job on that one. And we're off into the sunrise. So a bit of final farewell to Charlottetown, the morning mist. Looking forward to the next leg in our journey. We'll see where it ends. Here's a little shot of the shoreline as we come out from Charlottetown. See the activity of the relentless sea on the shoreline, slowly eroding it, claiming back the land. And there, emerging from the trees, is one of the many beautiful lighthouses that have been restored that dot coastline of this maritime province. It's light still shining out into the water, welcoming mariners to the town of Charlottetown, the birthplace of Confederation. We're approaching the town of Souris. I haven't been able to raise anybody on the radio, and nobody's answering the phone, so it may just be the town that time forgot. One never knows. Let's see what happens when we get a little closer. We're getting a little closer to Souris. We got the breakwater here, and I can see some masts and stuff in behind, so obviously there's a marina there, so let's see how we make out. As it turns out, this is a nice little place. Someone eventually did meet me at the dock, and we tied up to Lynne, and we'll take a look at registering tomorrow. Up on the hill there is a historic lighthouse, and behind it a windmill, which makes a nice contrast of old and new technology, doesn't it? This is definitely a fishing village. Behind us here is a processing plant, of course. All sorts of different boats in here. And a beautiful sunset to end the day. Well, I'm here with James in the golf cart. That's James right there. And we're off to see the historic lighthouse here in Souris. What's that big plant over there?
It used to be a fish plant, now it's a potato plant.
Potato plant, eh?
They make a lot of The powder potato.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's got a second life, eh? Since the fishery declined a bit, eh? Yeah. Got the windmill working though.
And that's a fish hatchery.
Oh, is that right? There's a view of the harbor from top of the lighthouse here. We got Dawson here, and this is the Souris Lighthouse?
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
So did you want the full tour or
Well, just to give me the nickel tour. How's that?
the nickel tour?
That's right.
Okay, so most of this floor is all either stuff from the lighthouse itself or donated from old ships or sailboats, that kind of stuff. So the lighthouse was built in 1880. I don't know if you can see that on there. There used to be a cottage built onto the south side of the building.
Okay, yeah.
They removed that in 1959. And then in 2009, Surrey Harbor Authority bought the lighthouse for $1.
All right.
The place
Okay.
was a mess. They fixed it up and turned it into the museum that is now.
Right.
So you can see a lot of stuff here. A light there used to be at the top of the lighthouse. That was after they switched to electricity. Before that was all kerosene.
Right on.
And then we have an old sextant there from 1844.
Well, that's nicer than my plastic one that I've got on the boat, I'll tell you that.
Underneath we have some old boat building tools and sail repair tools.
Right on. That's a caulking hammer, isn't it, eh?
Yep. And then as well we have this here, which is used for measuring boat speed.
Okay. Wow.
And then we have an old lighthouse keeper rules and instructions here. So this would have anything from self-remedies for sickness, or if you got hurt, you had an accident, or how to fix things in the lighthouse.
Right
Kind
on.
of your lighthouse Bible, I guess you could call
Yeah,
it.
you'd be kind of on your own in this place, wouldn't
Exactly. You see these ballast boxes? This red box runs along both sides of the building.
you? Right on.
These are filled with these rocks. This is what keeps the building stable in high winds.
Okay.
And then also we have this ship's wheel here from the early 1900s. You can see the dot here to indicate your rudder straight, so whenever that's at the very top.
Okay, go ahead.
You have your two kerosene port light and starboard light. And also over here, you'll see this. This one's pretty cool here. And this one was actually caught in a lobster trap. It's an old shipwreck. It's caught in a lobster trap. Lobster fishermen hauled it up and donated it to us. So that's about
Well, that's cool.
from the 1800s.
Yeah, just an old ship, eh?
Yep. We can have the
Beautiful.
second floor if you'd like.
Sure.
Shit my head on the phone. Wait, guys.
Wait, how did we
Guys,
get
wait a minute.
And here's our sea glass room. So this would have been the storage room for storing parts and that kind of stuff for the light.
Right on.
Over here we have our sand from all over the world. So people who have visited, they went home, sent us sand back from home, and we kind of collect it from all over the place.
Cool. We'll have to do that.
The address is right here if you ever want. Finds its way into the sea. With rough seas and the sand, kind of the rough edges get sanded off and turns into the matte finish at the end.
Are these bad for the environment? Not really, eh?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Yeah, not like plastic.
No. Soon they'll be finding sea plastic.
Yeah. I hope not.
Your most rare sea glass and your orange, reds, and yellows, and then you got your green, brown, and white. Is your most common. So you kind of see behind you, this wall kind of illustrates that. So your top row being your most rare would have been what it would have been before being discarded into the sea. So
Beautiful, eh? So you can collect that right off the beach here?
yeah.
Oh, cool, eh?
Seems like the beaches are pretty picked clean now. 10 years ago, you would have filled your pockets.
Well, it's good you get the beach cleaned and 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 a souvenir at the same time.
Exactly. So this is the old light here. This
Right
is,
on.
kerosene. This used to be at the very top.
Right.
So these are your tanks here that would feed it. And before there was electricity to turn this automatically, the lighthouse keeper used to have to climb up here every 3 hours, hand crank this here, gotta bring this weight to the very top of the lighthouse. And then you can kind of see it attached on the floor here.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would fall for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and that's what would turn this light.
So every 4 hours he'd have to come up here and redo it, eh?
Exactly, yeah, re-crank it all the way to the top.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, every night, wake up 3 hours through the night.
Right on, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. And right here you can see Frankie McIntosh, who's the last lighthouse keeper. He retired in 91.
Amazing, eh? Here we go. That's what they painted the lighthouse with. That bosun's chair is a little older technology than mine, so. We just had a lad up there in Mimnagash.
Okay.
Yeah, up the mast fixing my antenna, and
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I can just imagine hanging off of that thing. Right on. Up further.
Last floor.
I'm telling you, man, I'm not one for heights here.
This one's tight and squeeze.
Almost there. There we go. Is this light still functioning?
Yeah, so this is the current light here, all automatic. The Canadian Coast Guard takes care and maintains this light. If you put my hand over the sensor here, you can kind of see the beam will start to shine there.
Okay, right on.
And these would have been old vents for the kerosene flame, because that old light used to be up here.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise it just filled with fumes, eh?
I'll get it from you after.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and that's about it up here. If you want to take a stroll outside and take pictures and whatnot, you're free to do so.
Alrighty, see if I can get...
And you can take your time, come back down, go through on your own and that kind of stuff.
Alright, thanks a lot, Dawson.
You're welcome.
Well, it's my first time on the lighthouse, and being that I'm not really one for heights, I'm going to make this as short as possible. There's the harbor there. What a neat place. If you don't cut the lines loose, you'll never find this place. So we're in Souris, or as they call it out here in Prince Edward Island, Souris. And we're just checking out the downtown, and there's a marine supply store here, which is kind of good. The old downtown is that way. Got some big box stores this way. And we're just walking and making our way back to the marina. Well, the weather seems to be clearing up, and the temperature's dropped a little bit. The humidity's dropped a bit, which is nice. It was a blistering hot day today. We were very fortunate that Jim arranged a ride for us into town to get some diesel. Otherwise it would have been a long walk with the granny cart. But turns out it was a good experience all the way around. It's a great little place, and they got a lot of stores here and a lot of services as well. And this is where we're going to be leaving the Souris Lynne for the remainder of the season and till the spring. We're just leaving Souris, Prince Edward Island, heading for the Madelaine Islands. There's a fishing boat coming in after a night's worth of fishing. Hopefully he was successful. It's just coming around the mast there now. Hopefully he was successful. There's the big ferry dock where the ferry to Nova Scotia or Madelaine Islands lands. So you can get you a nice picture of these fishermen out here this morning. Here Comes Trouble, that's the name of that boat. There you go. There we go.
I'm sailing, sailing down that river, sailing down that river of dreams. I'm sailing down that river, but it seems that I don't know where I'm going. But when the day is through,